Hello all you hardcores out there, and all you trolls as well and haters. I hope you're all doing alright. Keep watching. Now I'm going to go straight in today with, let's move that there. The funds are not looking good today, we're down to last coppers. Right, I'm going to go straight in with my emails, but I don't want the camera pointing at all these emails because there's some emails here from sponsors and it's nobody else's business except mine and theirs. The helmet nominations, I'm not going to read those out, but the other ones, thank you very much to first thing I want to say is thanks to Terry Fox, who is the author of Battling Jack, You Gotta Fight Back. It's a book about ex-featherweight Jack Turpin, who's the brother of Randolph Turpin. So he's sending me a copy of that. So thank you very much, Terry, that's much appreciated. Right, I'm just going to go straight in with Gavin Gilbert's question. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Quite a long question. Hi Russ, hope you are well. Good to hear you got the house sorted, mate. I have had an idea regarding the channel or something you, me and maybe another 8 like-minded YouTubers could do regarding a fighter. I originally mentioned on Twitter but removed the suggestion that we self-fund an up-and-coming fighter, and given you have the YouTube followers and could make a great addition to the channel. I think we should fund an upcoming fighter. Say if we could get 10 people to agree £150 each a month to fund a fighter, and you can promote the fighter on your channel and we could follow the lad's career. He could train full time and not have to work, and I think it would be a great to help develop someone. We could also use the idea you had where he signs into the contract the idea of a pension plan for himself that, as you rightly say, comes to him upon retiring from the sport or at a certain age. Can we make this happen, pal? I'm buzzing at the thought. Kind regards, Gav. I think something we've done when Muhammad Ali turned pro, wasn't it? And something very similar we're doing with Ray Leonard, where a group of businessmen invested. I'd be up for putting £150, and if it were the right fighter, you're up for it, so that leads another 8 people, doesn't it? Obviously you're going to want top draw people for that, but you need ticket sellers, don't you, and people who are media friendly. It has to be a full package, doesn't it? And it's it's a very hard and very complex game. I mean, look at Liam Cameron. If you go look on my earlier videos, Liam Cameron, he's a great fighter. He's an ABA champion, he's an IBO youth champion. He's just knocked out his last few fights. He's world rank number 12, is he, by IBF, and he's Commonwealth middleweight champion, but he's not media friendly, is he, Liam? And he doesn't sell a ticket. So alright, having an hard punch and being able to fight, being an ABA champion, a decorated amateur, Liam doesn't sell many tickets, does he? And you don't see him getting his face all over IFL, do you? Because he's not one of them arse lickers like a lot of other people. There's a lot of boxers who are not the full package, but they've got the tongue right up IFL's arseholes, because they know that it's got to be a balancing act between tickets, media and being able to fight. Not many have got all the three, have they? Some can fight and some don't do the media and don't do the tickets. Some do the tickets and a lot of media and you can't fight. You can go on and on and on. You've got to, so they have to even it out. You'll get people who are not as good as other people at fighting, and they'll get on in boxing and they'll end it with a few quid, could even be a millionaire. But you've got to have the full package. For instance, Tony Bellew, Tony Bellew for me is a Euro level fighter. His record proves that. Now, Clinton Woods and Robin Reed have beat more world champions than Tony Bellew, but Tony Bellew, he markets himself, doesn't he, and gets himself out there. He goes to every show, like Dave Allen, and Tony's really Euro level, isn't he? But he's on his 4th pay-per-view, isn't he? And then you get somebody like Ryan Rhodes, who never won a world title, technical ability off the scale, sold a few tickets, but he wasn't in every interview, were he? But he could fight, couldn't he? Bob McGraham's another one. You know, it's a balancing act, but I'd be up for it if the right people were involved in it with the right fighter, yeah. So, good question that, Gavin. Let's have a look. Oh, here we are. Mr. Andy West. Oh, God. Andy West. Here we go, Mr. Andy West. Love the channel, you know I do, but the AJ hatred gets worse and worse, Pork. How can you constantly slag the bloke off about his record, etc., when you look at fatties and Beyonce's? Look at Beyonce, you keep going on about Otis and how you rate him, but taken the distance by Malik Scott, who himself was stopped by Chisora in 6. Laughed my fucking arse off. Wilder's resume is shit too, as you well know. I won't bother going through Fatty's record, as he was dumped on his arse by Cunningham, plus the loss he suffered to McDermott, etc, etc. Why no put a video up of how shit Fatty's and Beyonce's resumes are? But you'll not do that, as we all know you're a Fury family rimmer. I'm not saying AJ amazing or out like that, but he's the best of this era, like it or not. Finally, regards to Barry Hearn, think you'll find that the late Mike Barrett was the one who gave Barry the leg up in boxing, not the late Mickey Duff. First of all, right, I'm going to go through the top of the question, then I'm going to dig an email out and prove you wrong. But you want to debate, don't you, Andy? You've been angling for it. I take it you're the person on YouTube who keeps abusing me. Keep at it. So I can't reply to you on YouTube, but I can have my say on here. And the good thing is, you can't have your say on your YouTube channel, can you? Because you've not got one. But here we go. Love the channel, you know I do. Well, listen, mate, don't fucking watch it if you don't want to watch it. Unsubscribe. You're not making a difference to my life. I don't get paid for views, mate, or subscribers. It doesn't bother me if I have 1 subscriber. People watch it. So unsubscribe and don't watch. Now the hatred gets worse and worse, Paul. How can you constantly slag the bloke off for his record? Who is Joshua's best win, Mr. Andy West, the know-all of boxing? Come and show me your face and I'll answer all your questions. Let's see what you look like, Andy. Now, Joshua's record. Who has he beat? Who is Anthony Joshua's best 3 wins? Who? Who? Vladimir Klitschko, age 41, 18-month on settee, life and death. Second best win. Who would you say is his second best win? Has he even fucking got a second best win? Parker, a world champion who'd not beat a champion and who lost to Huey, but Huey got robbed. His third best win, who had a full belt, Charlie Martin, world champion, who'd not beat a champion. He was handed the belt, gifted it. They're his top 3 wins on paper. Povetkin's his 4th best win. 39-year-old, shot to pieces, came out swinging for 3 rounds. That is it. A fucking blown up cruiserweight. Povetkin, a former regular champion. At least Charlie Martin had a full belt. That's it. We can argue till cows come home, Andy. It's the poorest era in heavyweight boxing since probably early 80s, and then going back to Marciano's reign. Very, very poor. Now, I'm not a Fury arselicker, I never have been, mate. Me and Peter have some discussions that you can only dream about, mate. But I don't agree with everything Peter says. And I hadn't spoke to Tyson in 18 months, so how can I rip his arse? I'm not on Twitter, I don't follow him, I don't text him on my phone, he doesn't text me, so how's that rimming? How am I rimming? I don't speak to Huey much. That's basically it really. Yeah, I do speak to Peter on a daily basis, but I don't, well, text us mainly, but I'm not fucking up their arses, I can assure you of that, mate. So you're wrong on that. I keep going on about Luis Ortiz's record because Luis Ortiz is a fantastic fighter. Nobody wanted to fight him. He's the bogeyman of the division. He was the #1 box rec at one point and the WBA interim champion. And when Luis Ortiz were at Matchroom, nobody wanted to fight him. Not Dillian White and not Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury didn't want to fight him either. He said to Ingram Jones, and I quote, "Ortiz is in the who needs him club. Cuban, doesn't speak English, doesn't sell a ticket, southpaw, ex-Olympian, can fight, can punch." Yeah, he went 12 rounds in Malik Scott. Didn't he drop him about 4 times as well? And Malik Scott ran for his life in a stinker. What can you do when nobody can engage? Now if Eddie Hearn had used his loaf, he'd have upgraded Luis Ortiz to WBA champion when he had the chance, like he did Scott Quigg, but he didn't want. He signed Ortiz as a chess move, so he could keep him away from the belt, so Joshua could have them, so they could have him as vacant for when he fought Vladimir Joshua. So you're wrong on that one. I mean, that's 2 you've been wrong on about the Furies and that one. AJ, 3 you've been wrong on. AJ's record, it's not that good. Yeah, it's probably better than Tyson Fury's and Wilder's, but not by a lot, because their records are not very good, are they? And it's not Tyson and Wilder's fault. They're undefeated, aren't they? It's just it's things that happen in the background that you won't understand about, Andy, because you're not in boxing scene, eh? You don't understand it like I understand it. No, you're just a mad fan that sends mad emails. No, James has sent me this today, and you're obviously off your rocker. You sound very bitter and twisted, but I'll go through it and I'll answer it, and I'll give you your 15 minutes. I won't bother going through Fatty's record. Do you mean Tyson? Because you won't call him that to his face, will you? I won't bother going through Fatty's record as he was dumped on his arse by Cunningham. Steve Cunningham, yeah, caught him with a flash knockdown when he was off balance. Tyson got up and knocked him out in his hometown in New York. So what's that tell you? Oh, sorry, you might correct me on that. He's from Philadelphia, but in his own country he knocked him down. I don't want you sending me an email pointing out he's from Philly and not New York. Plus the loss that he suffered to John McDermott. The record books say he beat John McDermott twice, so I don't know where you're looking there. Why not put a video up of how shit Fatty and Beyonce, you mean Tyson and Wilder's resumes are? As said before, and I've said many times, Wilder's beat Stavern twice. He beat Eric Molina. Joshua fought him in a defence. So he beat Stavern twice. He's a former champion. He beat Ortiz, who Joshua didn't want to fight. So Joshua didn't want to fight Ortiz. Klitschko didn't want to fight Wilder. And Joshua fought Molina and Wilder fought Molina as well. They both knocked him out. So what's your point? We're in a poor era. All 3 of them have been manoeuvred into positions where they've not fought anybody. I mean, you're going about Chisora beating Malik Scott. Tyson beat Chisora twice, and Chisora's just beat Takam. So, you know, there's all sorts of permutations, and you can pick holes in all of them. But I can assure you I'm not a Fury. But you'll not do that, as we all know you're a Fury family rimmer. Look, how am I a Fury family rimmer? I'm mates with Peter, aren't I? And Huey comes with Peter, doesn't he? But I don't have a lot of conversations with Huey. He's a quiet kid and I don't see Tyson, so how am I a Fury family rimmer? You're off your head, mate. You are off your head. I'm not saying AJ's amazing or out like that, but he's the best of his era, Porky, like it or not. He probably might have the better resume out the 3 of them, but not by much, is it? It's only 'cause he's been a bit more active. Tyson's not been active as of this last 3 years, and Wilder's been fighting in America, hasn't he? But Joshua didn't want to fight Wilder, did he? I mean, I think that Joshua not wanted to fight Wilder, and we all know what's going on. It top trumps all this spew that he just sent me in, and that's what you sent here, innit? Pure bitter spew. Andy West, it's probably a fake name you're on. Probably a fake name. There's no picture of you. Let's see a photo of you. Let's see you do a YouTube video. Alright, Andy West. So, and then finally, oh here, I've got a record here. You know your boxing, Porky. How did you know that? Now that's from Barry Hearn. That's over a year ago, when I mentioned to him that people were saying that his first show were Bugged and Bruno, and that Greg Dyke got him the money for that. He even gave him an extra £50,000 because he didn't think he could pull it off. But his actual first 2 shows were 2 shows with Mickey Duff. And he even agreed to that in an email to me now. Whether Mike Barrett advised him or not, I don't know, but like I said, he put 2 shows on with Mickey Duff, small shows, before he did that one now. I wouldn't have thought he would have had a licence because it's not on records, but I've heard that off a few people, so you're wrong there, Andy. So out of the 7 points you've brung up, yeah, I'll give you the Malik Scott one. That Ortiz didn't stop him, and Chisora stopped him, but he dropped him 4 times and he ran for his life, didn't he? But all the main fights that night in Monaco all went to points, didn't they? Jamie McDonnell, Martin Murray, Ortiz, Malik Scott, and there were another one, weren't there? The Stephen Smith one. They all went to points, didn't they, on that? And it were 94-1, the odds on that night, and a lot of people backed it. So who knows, maybe the fix were in, but out of the 7 points you've just brung up, Andy, I think I've just embarrassed you. 1 debatable and you've lost 5, and I'll give you 1, so you've just gone 1, 5 and 1. Ta-ta, Andy West. And then you went on to reply to James when James said, thank you for your, dear Andy, thanks for your kind words. I will pass your questions and arguments on to Russell when I see him next. Keep supporting the channel, big things planned. Kind regards, James. To which you replied, and I quote, thanks James, love the channel and the content. Just think Porky attacks Joshua more than he deserves, whilst always talking up Beyonce and Fatty. Well, you've got to talk Wilder up, haven't you, or Beyonce as you call him, because we all know that Joshua didn't want to fight him. So what does that make Joshua? I'm no big AJ fan either, just a fan of boxing, but to keep knocking a guy who was unbeaten, beating half of the top 10 box rec, Fatty beating none and Beyonce beating 1. In brackets. Would love Fatty or Beyonce to have taken the White fight. Common knowledge, and I mean common knowledge, Beyonce's crew won't even discuss Dillian White. That is not true. And I'm also going to tell you another thing while I've got you on here, Mr. Andy West. Dillian White refused a fortune to fight Hughie Fury after the Parker fight. So put that one in your pipe and smoke it. One mention of Dillian White. Once anyone mentions Dillian White and Beyonce freezes. Are you for real? Are you for real? Yeah, AJ iced and dominated White. White were a fucking 14 fight novice, wasn't he then, coming off a 2-year ban? So please ask Porky how in God's name is Fatty or Beyonce on AJ's level. Facts speak for themselves. And you're not an AJ fan, you are an AJ fanboy. Ortiz 39, Povetkin 39, what's the difference? Yeah, that's a good point, we're going to give you that. I just get the feeling the channel is either run by the Fury clan, the rim licking of both boxers say this. Fucking hell, calling me a rim licker. And I say boxers as neither of the Fury pair can hit, they are ballet dancers, or it's just an anti-AJ Eddie Hearn thing. First of all, nobody runs this channel. I run this channel, this is my channel, mate, mine. I run the show completely, alright? Me. Russell. Povetkin's 39, Ortiz is 39, but Povetkin's got a lot more miles on clock than Ortiz, hasn't he? Don't you think? And who do you think would win, Ortiz or Povetkin? Now, Joshua and Ortiz were in the same stable, weren't they, Mr. Andy West? Joshua didn't want to fucking fight Ortiz then, did he? Eh? #1 ranked box rec guy in the same stable and he didn't want to fight him. But he'll fight Povetkin, a fucking cruiserweight, blown up. Get a grip of yourself. Come on, Porky, speak the truth, man. I told you before, I'm no casual. I had 18 amateur fights in the 80s. My dad sparred Brian London back in the day. I've been to 200 plus fight nights, etc, etc. Been around boxing for almost 50 years. Stop knocking AJ, he's British and he's currently the best, like it or not. I've had 18 amateur fights. Well, I'll tell you what, Andy West. We've already checked with amateur board this morning, me and James. There's no amateur card for you, mate, with 18 fights. Nobody's even heard of you, mate. So that's bullshit. And who's your dad? And Brian London, who the fuck's he? You fought Ali, didn't he? He were no great shakes. Do me a fucking favour, mate. Jog on. Don't get in touch with my channel again. Unsubscribe. You're a fucking plant pot. Jesus. Fucking AJ fanboys. I've given him his 15 minutes. Right. Right. Question for the next video. This was from David Wilson. How much of a hypocrite is Tony Bellew? He always come out and states he is against drug cheats and how they should be banned for life. Yeah, he had Lewis Neary in his recent top 10 pound for pound. I've attached a picture of this as top 10 proof. Yeah, Tony Bellew has been a fucking hypocrite all his life, mate. All he's bothered about is money. He don't want to fight any fucker, mate. There's a few people putting nominations in for a lot coming in for Spencer Fearon. Spencer Fearon is a known rimmer, says Colin Elliott. Go on, Col. Now he's rimming Khan. Spencer replied, calling me Spencer X, don't offend me, it's a compliment. And the two most famous X's were Malcolm X and Cassius X. Later, Muhammad Ali, and he tagged Ali in, you fucking sad cunt, Master Knowledge Spencer. So I'm in good company and I love them both. Oh, fucking hell. Fucking cringe. That's the Bellew of the fucking week, that. Colin, send that for a Bellew of the week, for fuck's sake, man. Oh, then we've got another one here. Discounts Daily UK at yahoo.com. Porky, stop mentioning Matchroom on your channel or else you will be dealt with. Don't ask who I am, but this is a warning for you. Message to you, Mr. Discounts Helmet. Fuck you. Alright. Question for the next video. David Wilson. Oh yeah, I've just done that one, haven't I? I've made a mistake there, Andy. Did you hear my mistake then? Hey? Stuart Clark Wood. Stuart? Right, let's have a look now. Yeah, that's more of just explaining a few things about boxing and that. Thank you for that email, Stuart. I'll not read that out, that's a personal one, but thank you very much. Thanks for your kind wishes. Keep your chin up, kid. You'll be alright. Keep tuning into the channel. Big things are planned. We're going to keep Andy West happy, aren't we, Andy? My #1 stalker, Andrew West, who had 18 amateur fights, and his dad sparred Brian London. Oh my god, I've heard it all. Jesus. Wow. Amazing. Love it. To Russell, hi. Oh, can't put that. That's from Belinda. Thank you, Belinda. I might as well read it out. Hi Russell, is there any chance I can have your address so I can send you some Lancashire hot pot? Love, Belinda. Hilliard. Thank you very much for your question, Belinda. I'm not going to give my address out, but I'm going to send you a garage address. You can send it there, but I don't give my home address out because you wouldn't do that to somebody you've not met, would you? So you can send it to garage, yeah? Alright, thank you. Right, on to this now. I don't think I'm going to get these done in 5 minutes. Let's see if I can blast through these quick. Killer Hursty 85. What do you think about Bellew winning the fight, Russell, on the 10th of November? I think he gets beat on points. Gypsy Lee, where have you been, Pork Chop? Well, I moved house, so it took me about 10 days to get my internet up and running. Question 3, Dean James, did you get banged out on K-Wing? I'm assuming that's in prison. I don't know what jail you mean by K-Wing, Dean. But I've never been... Oh, I think I've been knocked out once. No, twice. No, once. I've only been knocked out once, and that were in prison. And that was... I punched it back at Ed in TV room. Yeah, it does happen. If you want to carry off like I do and think you're a bad boy, somebody will chop you down. So, yeah, I have been knocked out before in the TV room by a kid from Barnsley. Punched me back at Ed. But I got even. But, yeah, it does happen. And, you know, prison's a rough place. That were in Doncaster Prison 1999. So, yeah, somebody's probably told you that. But, yeah, but I'm okay now. But I didn't know where I were at the time. Well, you wouldn't do it for somebody's hitting it back at Ed, would you? But... that's that, but that's life, innit? That's what bullies are like. Bullies have to be stood up to, and I can assure you it got dealt with. Number 4, Spartacus the Great. Will Callum Smith fight elite fighters? No, they'll milk the belt. 5, final level. Oh, they'll milk the belt or fight smaller guys. Number 5, final level 29. What happens at rest? What rest? Common Russ. I don't understand what that means. Sort it out. Oh, rest at common. Is that questions? I don't know what that meant, final level 29. I probably not wrote it out properly. What happens at rest? Number 6, Ultimate Fighter. Sounds like a pig eating, Russell. Yeah, probably was sounding like a pig. I shouldn't eat it because microphone's a good one and it picks everything up. Number 7, Boxing Monkey. Porky used to be a backing dancer in East 17. No, but I used to like how East 17. Number 8, Porky, do you think Barry Ernie's going senile? Well, if you've just seen my video, you will. That's from Mark in Bognor Reaches. Has Frank Warren lost the plot of late? Yes. Number 9, who's pound for pound number 1 at world at the moment? Joe in Leeds. Lomachenko. Number 10, will Jamie McDonnell win a world title again? Mike in Lincoln. Well, Jamie's only really won a world title with Dennis Hobson, hasn't it? IBF, he had one fight with Dennis, then he was stripped. He left Dennis, so Dennis had him stripped, didn't he? And then since then he's been a regular champion, so no, I don't think he'll win a world title again unless he goes back to Dennis. I think that's about it really. There's probably a few more questions that have been sent on YouTube. Can you send your questions to me email, porkycorner@mail.com, everybody, and then I can... and then I can, what they call it, can't I can do them quicker. I can get through them a bit quicker then than I can on this. So, alright. Anyway, peace out everybody. And I want to thank everybody for the questions. I want to thank my sponsors as well. Justin at the Tea Leaf Company, thank you very much for your continued support. I think that's about it really, isn't it? I don't think there's really anything else to... I don't think there's anything else to talk about, but thank you very much for your time. I'm going to do a pound for pound top 15 video now, so I hope everybody's enjoying their weekend, and I will speak to you all soon. Peace out. Keep on trucking, and thank you Andy West, but really I want to say get yourself fucked.